What's going on, WSS family? What a day on Wall Street. Oil spiked almost 5% as the Iran ceasefire fell apart. The Fed dropped its June meeting minutes, and yes, they were hawkish. Rate hikes are back on the table, not cuts. After Tuesday's brutal semiconductor sell-off, the chips finally found a bid today. The Dow got hit and retreated from 53,000, and the S&P slipped for the second straight day. But somehow Nasdaq was able to claw back into the green. What does this all mean for your trading? Let's break it down in the next episode of Wall Street Savant. Taking a look at the overall market today, the Dow was lost 1%, retreating from the $53,000 level. The Nasdaq was able to squeeze out a 0.2% gain. The S&P closed red, down 0.28%, and the Russell mini small caps closed down almost 1%. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video for our trade idea of the week. The major driver of today's downside was the announcement by Trump that the ceasefire with Iran was over. This caused WTI crude to spike 6% on the day, and it did put pressure on high beta names. Semiconductors were able to squeeze out a gain, but overall markets are a bit spooked with the possibility of war escalation on the table once again. Let's take a look at the QQQ and what we did on the day. Taking a look at the daily chart, one of the first things that I notice is over the past 2 days we did respect the 50 EMA. This has posed as a major support EMA for us, and during this whole bullish run-up since the March 30th lows, buyers have continued to push the QQQ price as long as we are above the 50 EMA. Another thing to notice is we did close below the 8 and 20 EMAs. In order for this market to be fully bullish, we must get above all three EMAs, the 50, the 8, and the 20. I wouldn't get too bearish here trying to get puts right at the 50 EMA. I believe that's playing with fire. Within the coming days, and we'll see how we close this week, but overall I still believe that markets can go higher, and 748 on the QQQ is not the high of the year. Now let's take a look at the major levels on QQQ. Taking a closer look at the QQQ and the major levels that we need to keep in mind for this upcoming week, you really see that the 700 psychological level has continued to be respected, and price continues to bounce at this particular level. The next level that we must get to in order for bulls to reclaim control is I would want to see price come back above 713, mount it, and then continue higher, and we can target the 725 level. Overall, the MACD is in position to cross bullish. If we can get more bulls to push price and momentum higher, we could see a divergence here and the MACD cross, thus giving us bullish momentum and sending us higher towards all-time highs. In regards to RSI, we're currently at a 47, so this read could read as neutral currently. Now taking a look at the SPY, the proxy for the S&P 500, the chart looks a bit better than the Nasdaq. We can see that price was able to bounce off of the 20 EMA and close right around the 8 EMA. You did have a slight red day with the SPY giving up 0.3%. Overall, we are above all three EMAs, the 50, the 8, and the 20. In my opinion, the bulls are still in control, and if we zoom in a bit, make this a little larger, you did get a bullish cross on the MACD, so momentum is technically in favor of the bulls, and I would expect us to melt higher. Taking a look at the levels that we are concerned about for the remainder of the week, we didn't drop down to 730.95, which is a good sign. Price has been able to respect the 8 and 20 EMAs. The next price that we must claim is 749. I'd like to see bulls push it above 749, reclaim that level, and then push higher to all-time highs and get back towards the 760 level. As I stated earlier, the MACD has crossed bullish, and in regards to RSI, we're only currently at a 52, so there is still plenty of room for bulls to push this market higher. Now let's take a look at the SMH, the semiconductor ETF. Very similar to the QQQ, price the last 2 days has fallen right to the 50 EMA level, but we have respected it and bulls have been able to push price higher. Chips really have been under pressure over the last few weeks, and the AI trade does seem to be losing gas, but holding the 50 EMA will be pivotal for this momentum to continue. I do want to see price mount back above the 8 and 20 EMAs and continue higher for another all-time high retest at 671. The 8 EMA currently resides at 606 and the 20 EMA currently resides at 611. So getting back above 611, call it 611 to 615 area is pivotal for us to move higher and the bull run to continue within semiconductor stocks. Overall on the SMH, RSI is currently at 47 and the MACD needs some bullish pressure to push higher and start moving towards the direction of a bullish divergence, but we're just not quite there yet. Now let's take a look at some of the major levels. Taking a look at some of the major levels here, the first thing I notice is 581.41 was respected once again. This has posed as a near-term floor for the bulls, and the bulls have been able to buy up price every time we have gotten here since early May. Really, bulls just want to see 581 hold, and in order for us to get back above the 8 and the 20 EMAs, we would need to reclaim the 612 level, mount it, come back, retest it, and move higher to all-time highs back towards 671. In my opinion, semiconductors really caught the bid today, and we were at a pivotal point. If bears truly did want to bring this market lower and the market makers wanted to let this fall, today would have been the day to do it. We got the overall war headline that was bearish. Bonds were moving higher. Oil was moving higher. Today was really the day to knock out all the bulls' legs, but bulls were able to stand strong and continue to push price higher. So watch the 581 level on the SMH in order to see if this bull run still has legs. In my opinion, it does, and 671 is not the high for the SMH this year. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you sticking around. Now let's get into our trade idea of the week. For our trade idea of the week, we are looking at Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, and I'm starting to get very interested in this ticker. We can see that we're currently within a bullish pennant, and price as of early April has been creating higher lows. Although the price action has been very jagged, we are making higher lows. So price is trending in the upward direction. So that is a good sign for the bulls. But mainly what I'm focusing on is if the 386 level, right now we closed at what? 2% down on the day, lost about $8. If we can close above 386 for this week, even better. If price can get back towards 400, we get back towards the middle of this pennant. I'm expecting the bulls to be able to take this back towards all-time highs with a price target of 449. Remember, Tesla is a momentum stock, and once it gets going, it does not stop. So above 400, I'll be looking at the August 7th 410 calls. Those do look promising if we are able to run back towards 449 and eventually a retest of the all-time high at 498. Tesla is looking strong here, and let's see what happens.